Hey, what's up? This is Roeh Love and the Maroon Mic podcast here on YouTube. Today's topic is, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a little while because I'm not someone that likes to be discredited or challenged in my spiritual beliefs. And I also don't want anyone thinking that my spiritual beliefs and practices are just some sort of woo-woo. Like this is scientific based evidence type of practice because I operate on a quantum level. Now, before I even get into that, all right, the title of today's Maroon Mic podcast episode is Quantum Tech and the Truth About Clair abilities. Being a psychic, being a medium, being a psychic medium, and of course, being an occultist, because I am very much so an occultist. And if you know me, if you've met me, you know that I absolutely love the occult. I love to study religion and theology. I just love that which is old and ancient, and I can never get enough of learning more about it. All right, so let's get into it. Now, every time I say I'm a psychic medium, somebody's uncle somewhere rolls his eyes. And that's woo-woo. Let's stop that right there. The only reason it sounds woo is because people don't actually understand the science they already live in. You're using quantum tech every day. Your phone, GPS, Wi-Fi, all of it is based on the same physics I'm talking about right now. Clair abilities, mediumship, magic. For those that don't know what Clair abilities is clairvoyance, the ability to see before time. Clairgustance, the ability to taste something that's not there. Clairsentience, the ability to feel. Like these are all psychic abilities that are connected to one or more of the 5 to 6 senses. And whether you have the sixth sense is a whole different conversation. We'll get into that another day on another podcast episode. But for today, Clair abilities, mediumship, magic, like these are not fairy tales. They're literally human technology, and it is literally the technology of the matrix that we live in. It's called quantum tech, and some of us have learned how to tap in, and some of us are a little more aware, and that's it. Like there's no woo-woo. But let me break it down like this. At the tiniest level of reality, everything is connected. Physicists call it entanglement. Two particles light years apart act like they're one. You change one, the other changes instantly. Einstein hated it so much, he called it spooky action at a distance. That's the universe, baby. That's not woo. Now, think about what a psychic does, right? We're not reading your diary. We're not tuning into the field. The same way a radio finds a station, we find information non-local, beyond time and space. If particles can do it, why would consciousness be excluded? Consciousness is the field. It's the field where these particles exist. And there's this other thing, the observer effect. In experiments, just looking at a particle changes how it behaves. Your awareness is not passive, it's active. So when I say I'm communicating with a loved one or pulling information from another timeline, it's not some Disney movie. It's me tuning into data that's already there, and my awareness interacts with it. Now, some physicists even say the universe is holographic, where basically reality is a projection of information. Layers on layers. Magic and Clair abilities are just humans learning how to access deeper layers of our universe. And that's why rituals, symbols, cards, numbers all work. They're interfaces and they're keys. And I want to add something to that. Because of quantum entanglement and, the observer effect, I like to call this one the believer effect. Because the way that our holographic existence or environment, so to speak, operates, the way that it operates is just like whatever you believe, like it's ingrained in your mind as a know, not even a belief, but just like as a knowing. It manifests into your life, through the law of attraction and the law of allowance, which a lot of people don't know about. But you can, go to Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks. She can teach you all about that. But like what you believe and what you know beyond a doubt is attracted to you, and either it comes to you or it manifests and does the same, right? So going back to us just being humans, learning how to access deeper layers, this is why rituals, symbols, cards, numbers all work. They're interfaces. We know them to be true and know them to work. And so when we go to use them, all that is data and information for what we are seeking is attracted to us, and we make that connection because everything is connected. You just have to tap in, and in order to tap in, you have to raise your awareness. And by saying things like, I don't believe it, that's will, it's fate, is you communicating to the interface that you want this thing far away from you because you don't believe in it, and that's why you'll never have the experience. But for those that open themselves up to the experience, they believe in it, they know it works, they're able to benefit from this information. Okay? So, for the people who don't believe me in what I do, I say good. I'm not here for the blind belief. I'm here for curiosity. So here's my challenge, right? Go buy a tarot deck. Don't read a single book. Don't you even read the book that came with the tarot deck. Don't do it. All right? And the tarot deck that I want you to purchase is specifically, and I'm going to leave the link in the description, is specifically on Amazon. It's called the Wyspell Tarot Cards. And it has all the definitions on it. So you don't need to be like a pro reader at all. Don't read a single book, but get that tarot because it has so much symbolism on it. That tarot deck is great for beginners and it's great for skeptics. I mean, yeah, you guys need to go get it. All right. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Now, like I said, don't read a single book. Just shuffle and pull cards for yourself every day. And watch what happens. You're going to see patterns emerging. It's almost like the deck starts speaking to you. You're not just playing with paper. That's a version of you from another timeline sending you ripples, little data packets back to this one for your benefit, for your growth through your chosen mode of communication. Some people pray, some people dream, some people are clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairgustant, clairaudible. Everyone has a certain level of awareness going on with them. Some are more prone to one than the other. Some of them feel like they don't have any. And that's okay. But we all have a little bit of something to be discovered. Okay? When that deck starts speaking to you, I want you to ask questions. I want you to write it down. I want you to just track it. The Wyspell tarot cards with the meanings and definitions on them. Ask, start off with really basic questions. Don't go asking the tarot card, what is your name? Because it's not a spelling bee, okay? It's symbolism. There are symbols on them, and these particular cards break down these symbols, okay? It tells you what symbols are attached to these cards, and you can take it a step further, and you can research those symbols, because it's going to talk about the chakras, it's going to talk about numbers, it's going to talk about dates, it's going to talk about, the characters in the pictures, what they're doing, what it means, especially with the magician, with the as above, so below symbolism. Like, don't even bother arguing with anybody. You don't even have to tell me or come back to this video and tell me that you went ahead and did this. I want you to do this for you because I really want you to see how the universe is communicating with you every day. And if you declare a mode of communication for yourself, then you will have that experience. Like, undoubtedly, right? So this is not about superstition. This is about remembering what your nervous system can already do. Okay? It is technology on a quantum level. Your nervous system is technology. And that is why some of us can sense things, different things in different ways that are beyond the basic 5 senses of the human body. Okay? So next time somebody says woo woo, smile. Let them catch up. You're already using the tech. You're just using it consciously. Everyone's using it all the time. Again, Abraham Hicks and the Law of Attraction. You need to read that book. I want you to go read that book. If you can't read the book, download it on Audible. Get her collection of Law of Attraction. Okay? And listen to Abraham. Because Esther Hicks communicates with a group of entities known as Abraham. And whether you believe she's talking to entities or not, the information being afforded to you while listening to her is undoubtedly, profound. And it deserves an air. It deserves everyone's air. But like I said, it's not about superstition. This is just remember what your nervous system can already do. And it's technology on a quantum level. All right? And you're already using the technology. You're already just, using it consciously. And some are using it unconsciously. Either way it gets done. That gut feeling, that sense of maybe I shouldn't go there. Like whether you slap the label of psychic on you or not, there's some psychic shit you do every once in a while. Just people like me really enjoy the ability and the access that we have beyond the veil, and we offer it to others that would like answers. That's it. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, That's pretty straightforward. Now, I don't want to give you guys too much at once. I hope what I've said thus far has piqued your interest and keeps you curious, because I want you to stay curious. I want you to stay grounded and keep tuning in right here, okay? Because this is the only spot you're going to be hearing this type of teachings, all right? And this is only the beginning of what humans can do when we stop apologizing for our own abilities and realize that the God we've been looking for has been within ourselves the whole time. Alrighty? So, without further ado, I will be checking out, and I will see you on another episode of the Maroon Mike Podcast. Peace.